Australians have a healthy obsession with all things house and home.
This really appeals to me. It's got character, it's large. The floor plan is really interesting too.
Is an entertainer's paradise.
Talk about quality and high-end luxury. Look at the size of this.
So many of us strive to one day have an abode that we can call our own.
The use of the high ceilings and the way that the light comes into the home is something that's special about it.
For some, they are lucky enough to take that extra step to design and build their own dream home. But who did it best?
You actually feel really like you're at a retreat, like you want to escape.
Let's see if we can find Australia's best house. Hi, I'm Megan Gale. Thanks for joining us on our search to find Australia's best house. We are seeing some of the country's most stunning homes, and we will crown one of them Australia's best. Today we are touring 4 modern homes. The judges will choose just one from today's lineup that will go through to the final and could possibly earn the title of Australia's best house. Let's take a look at the lineup on today's show. First up, we see this magnificent home perched over the Pacific Ocean.
How would you actually get up and leave this room and go to work?
It'd be hard, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
We show you what can be done with a heritage home.
Oh wow, you have a kitchen with a house attached to it.
Yeah, nice big kitchen.
It is absolutely massive.
Then we tour this sprawling home inspired by mid-century modern architecture.
This is certainly luxury at its best. You wouldn't want to leave the house.
And Gail walks us through this stunning modern home located in beautiful Noosa Heads.
The only neighbours will potentially be koala bears.
That's right. Our judges are heading into the design room, ready to take a look at our opening house.
The theme of this episode is modern Australian. I think what we're looking for architecturally is really clean, crisp lines and attention to detail.
And often in interiors, it's what you leave out rather than what you put in.
We're on the Gold Coast to check out this vertically designed home by Chris Clout.
From a young age, building cubby houses with my dad's timber as he was a builder. It's obviously evolved as things have gone on and basically got jobs all over the country and overseas. So our brand is expanding quickly, yeah.
Let's check it out. Hi Chris, how you going?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Now tell us a little bit about where we are, because we're tucked up the back of a driveway here, aren't we?
Yeah, we're down in Tugun on the Gold Coast. It's an interesting little site. It was behind another house, but tiny little square block with heaps of different angles. So it was going to be challenging to get the views with these big buildings next to us.
Okay, well let's go have a look.
Cool.
With such a small enclosed site, Chris has had to design the home vertically, allowing the home to take advantage of the ocean views. Wow, Chris, I love this. Can you talk through how you have used this space up here?
Obviously we wanted to take advantage of that view. Obviously we wanted the pool up here and get that wet edge effect over the ocean, which is always important.
And what a way to borrow from the external, because that ocean literally feels like it's part of your property because he's linked it with that pool colour. That's a stroke of genius.
It is, the colour of the pool is actually a perfect match.
So it is easy living for a family, isn't it? You've got the kitchen here for your dining and your entertaining, and then the children can be just playing around in the pool right in front of you.
A lot of properties, even when it's 2 stories and not 4, but if the pool's in the backyard, you tend to not use it. Plus it's blue water onto blue water is a pretty cool feature, and the site's a very square little site, and it had a 15-metre height limit, which is pretty rare to get that height. A lot of levels on a home, you want it to connect properly.
A multi-level home means a lot of stairs. Chris has dealt with this by putting the most used spaces on one level: the kitchen, living and dining, pool and outdoor space.
To me it was maximising everything, so it's nice to be able to not feel like you're living on a lot of levels.
So as you mentioned, it is a multi-level home. We're spread across a number of levels here. Can you kind of talk us through what we see on each level as we go up the home?
Obviously laneway with a garage at the bottom, nice entrance through the gardens and ponds. to the middle level, which is more the kids' area. It's got all the bedrooms and their zone, I guess.
Yeah.
Then you've got the main hub of the zone, which is up here and on the third level. Basically more central to the home, but obviously it's important, so it's at the third level because we want to get the views. The main level at the top would be nice because the view's even better, but then it doesn't connect with the rest of the house.
Well, I mean, I think these views are to die for. I can't wait to see the views upstairs. Should we go have a look?
Yeah, let's do it.
You were absolutely right about these views. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome up here, isn't it? It's a whole nother world, really.
It is. I mean, you've got views both ways.
You'd think a view stretching from Surfers Paradise to Tweed Heads would be an invigorating view to wake up to. Think again.
I don't know how you'd get out of bed though if you woke up in this every morning. Like, how would you actually get up and leave this room and go to work?
Yeah, it'd be hard, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. The amount of house that you've delivered and the amount of views that are on offer from these couple of levels is amazing. So I think the judges are going to really rate that highly. And my favourite, and I think the judges are going to think it's pretty special, is this master. It is literally to die for. This is a really unique block. It's very small footprint. It's tucked up the back of a driveway. What you've managed to do here on such a small footprint and the amount of views that are on offer from these couple of levels, it's been a real pleasure. Thank you.
You talk about location and building to your settings. Given that block, I'm not so sure you could get a better outcome than that.
And it looks like he's used every square inch of the block.
Architecturally, I think he's done a great job in bringing some greenery into what is a vertical building as well.
When we come back, we check out this home that is traditional in the front and modern in the back. Today, we are looking at homes that are modern in style. The best home from today's show will go on to our final episode and be in the running to win the overall title of Australia's best house. Let's check out this house, which is traditional in the front and modern in the back.
From the street, this original 1920s Californian bungalow looks like a charming cottage, but it's out the back where we see it in all its splendour.
Gary,
Great to see you.
You too.
Well, I'm assuming there's probably a very modern structure in behind this.
There is. It's another house that we've done where it sort of reveals itself as you go through it.
You've kept the the narrative along the street the same, and then you can do whatever you want behind.
Yes.
So let's get in and check it out.
So these are basically the only 2 rooms left in the house.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because the back last sort of 3 metres, because the original rooms were quite small and pokey, and there'd been some very average renovations done over the time.
But I love the 2 rooms you've chosen to put here because you want your master bedroom to be intimate, and the front sitting room. You want that to be intimate too, don't you?
Really funky furniture. Adds pops of colour, and I think it adds a bit of quirkiness too.
Oh wow, now this is what we're talking about. That is just an amazing piece of architecture.
So we try to use curves where they're practical, where space can move into another space. Having corners, you often see them very dinted and chipped because they always get bumped into, that it makes for a nicer reveal.
That's so true. The house presents to the street as a quaint cottage. Then you make your way through and it opens up into a much more spacious and expansive dwelling. Oh wow, you have a kitchen with a house attached to it.
Yeah, nice big kitchen.
It is absolutely massive. It's the little bespoke features on these stools. Is that part of the floor?
Very close. It's a terrazzo tile that they water cut and put on top of the stool.
Love it.
And it just has that sort of really nice tie-in.
I think they've done well with the integration of the new into the old.
And small details like matching chair with floor, fabulous.
The materials, obviously, you guys got involved in that.
We did.
You've got the materials are the hero here, aren't they?
Materials are really important. Also, picking materials that maintain very well, so that in the houses we do, we try to pick materials that in 20 years' time will still look as good as they did the day they went in.
So where are we heading?
Well, I thought we'd go upstairs.
Oh, okay. Love how this is hidden.
Yeah.
Because it's the private part of the home that you don't really want people coming through. This is great. So I see with the balustrade here, they've followed the same pattern and detail. This is really clever. This was the owner's idea, right?
Yes.
So the owner, they do this for a living, right?
Yep. A husband and wife. The husband's a builder, and the wife does a lot of work with us around the material selections and details.
Okay. And she's a builder too, right?
She started a group or an organisation that helps women learn about building and learn about how to manage a construction process for doing say their own house.
Love it. Okay, this space is so clever. I love what you've done here with this light that's flooding in. So what have we got here? We've got 3 bedrooms, and a bathroom, which is great. This is the rough and tumble space where the kids can go nuts and make as much mess as they like. Yeah. No one's ever going to see it because you can't find it to get in here.
Exactly.
So I love that. Love seeing your work.
Thank you.
We always love what you're doing, so if you've got anything new, let us know.
Will do. Thank you.
I think you can see from the retaining of the original Calbunk facade at the front, they've obviously been hamstrung by tight planning controls. I think the integration of the modern into the original home, I think they've done a good job.
Coming up, we tour this sprawling home inspired by mid-century modern architecture.
So James Hardy and I, we came up with this idea of creating 5 looks just to help consumers choose the kind of house that they want. One of the looks is mid-century modern. You reveal your structure, big open plan sort of areas. When I'm creating the mid-century modern look, I'll use a product like Stria from James Hardy because it's a soft macro look. It all works together in a really beautiful combination to create that mid-century modern look.
Let's tour this sprawling home inspired by mid-century modern architecture.
There's always something very intriguing about the home design process. Donna's story is no different.
My mum always had a fantasy of designing her dream home, so she would get the 3 of us, the siblings, to design houses for her. I think for her she would love to have got into design herself. That's where the passion started for me.
This home has been designed in the shape of a U. One side of the home has been splayed and wrapped around the outdoor entertaining area.
Living is fantastic, the bird life, and everything's close by. We can walk to the beach in a few minutes, walk into town. We think this will win Australia's best house because it's just so different in its design.
So unique and so special from the moment you walk through.
Hi Donna.
Hi Anita.
What an amazing facade to this house. We've got a little bit of everything, but I'm a little bit confused. Are we actually in front of the front door?
We are in front of the front door. It's all about creating interest and intrigue. Obviously we've got this grand entry with beautiful materials, which I was very grateful to be able to use the Crazy Paving, one of my all-time favourites.
Crazy Stone is a magnificent natural bluestone product. Living with it is just even better than what we thought it was going to be.
The Crazy Paving takes us back to mid-century homes.
It's a very imposing structure, isn't it, that porte cochere?
It is. I feel that it could have been detailed in a way to feel a little lighter. For me, it is a little too imposing.
I love it. I think it feels like you're pulling up at a luxury hotel.
Well, I'm certainly intrigued to see what the rest of the house holds. Shall we go and have a look?
Let's have a look.
Once you enter those doors, you just want to keep going. It's beautiful.
You do. You come in, you stop, you pause again, because we have this sunken lounge and the raised ceiling, so it creates even more drama.
This sunken lounge, great concept.
When you sit in the sunken lounge, it's like a big hug. You just want to relax. You want to think about how someone's going to move in the space. Do they have enough space? Are they going to feel comfortable? It's all those feng shui principles that come into play.
The blueprint of this home is designed around functionality. Each room speaks to each other. Both wings have been designed to look inwards into the courtyard, which by virtue creates its own view.
Every room surrounds this gorgeous outdoor entertaining area. The floor is silver travertine from Melbourne Bricks, and that is the absolute pinnacle of the design, because once this floor was selected, everything else is built up around that. So then we can have a dark kitchen, we can have that contrast. So when they're having friends over and they're entertaining, you want it to have that nightlife vibe as well. We've got granite and we've got marble, leathered marble for texture, because it's all about texture.
What's next in this beautiful home?
Let's go visit the master wing.
It's certainly luxury at its best. You wouldn't want to leave the house.
Nothing is conventional in this design, so we needed to play on that with the space and to be intricate but still have balance with form. We have a beautiful blue tiled pool, and then we come and we have this beautiful blue bed sheet. So it's all about that harmonious feel, again, connecting all the spaces together.
The bathroom is a standout as well. Tell us a little bit about those features.
We've got these strong, bold features with the soft, warm, taut tiles. You actually feel really like you're at a retreat, like you want to escape.
I think the judges are just going to love that every room that we go into, you can see outdoors.
Always about the outdoor space.
Well, let's go check it out. Where do we start? I love a good fire pit.
Yes, we do, and a sunken lounge.
I love the use of natural stone, and they've used plenty of it. And I think they've really taken hallmarks of the mid-century modern design: sunken lounge, sunken fire pit.
And behind me, every bloke's dream. Tell us a little bit about the man cave.
The man cave, so you can share time together and apart.
So good. This is an incredible home, and I think the judges are really going to be taken back by so many elements, especially the use of all these different contrasting materials. Thank you so much, Donna, for having me. It's an absolutely beautiful house, and all the best in the competition.
I love this home. I think it's very masculine, it's bold. I think they've been really brave and it's paid off.
After the break, Gail walks us through this stunning modern home located in beautiful Noosa Heads.
I want to find out more about the Porter Contours range.
Yeah, look, it's really easy to use. It's a matter of just having a bit of an imagination, and you can update your home.
So where do they look best?
The applications are endless. It's just a matter of just thinking about what space you want to update.
I've seen it on kitchen cabinetry before and it looks absolutely stunning. Now they're inspired by the Australian landscape. How does that work?
The rivers, the valleys, the circular shapes that we see in our Australian landscape, long, clean lines, it all attributes to the Contours range. It's ideal for the DIY customer.
And it just makes the place look so modern.
$1 million without the price tag.
Thank you so much, Suzanne.
Thank you so much. It's been my pleasure.
We are searching for Australia's best house. Gail walks us through this stunning modern home located in beautiful Noosa Heads.
Now we meet Noosa-based Jared Smith, who's designed many homes in southeast Queensland.
I'm hoping that the judges will appreciate the design for what it is and take away a hopefully well-considered, timeless design that will be as beautiful in 100 years' time as hopefully what they see today.
Today we are in the beautiful seaside town of Noosa Heads in sunny Queensland. And today I'm going to show you a house that I think will win Australia's best house. Let's go check it out. Hey, how are you going?
Well, thank you.
That's good. So Gerard, this has got a massive impact when you first walk up to this home, doesn't it?
Yeah, look, it's important to articulate the home from the street to create that interest, but not to give too much away. It has an impact upon first impressions, and then hopefully when you journey through, the journey grows.
And grow it does. Just take a look at the drama of this entry.
Okay, well, let's get inside and take a look through.
Okay. I mean, this is obviously classic Gerard Smith. The cantilevering at the front of the home, the skillion roof, the grand entry.
Private from the street, and then you open the door and you're opened up to this incredible expanse of lightness and brightness.
Wow, this is phenomenal. You actually have no idea from the front street there how expansive this space is.
No, that's right. Look, the block is a wedge-shaped block, and it was important that upon entry that you have immediate connection to the block and to the spaces around you.
And you know what else I like about this is this wonderful U-shape, because it gives you that internal garden as well.
The site lends itself to a design with two wings that form a private courtyard in the centre.
There's so much space and light in this house, isn't there? I mean, look at the height of this room and the wonderful lighting features that it enables you to put in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, look, it's important to maintain the volume within the room. It gives you that sense of grandeur.
Yeah, so it still feels like a home, even though you've got, you know, these grand heights.
Absolutely, it's very important to maintain that proportion.
So there's a couple of things about this kitchen that I think the judges are really going to love. One is the sheer size. It's huge. How long is this bench?
I think it's around 6 metres long.
6 metres, so it looks like it would have been pretty hard work to get this into the home.
Apparently it was.
Minimalist yet functional is how I describe this gourmet kitchen, and I just love the concealed storage. This house just seems to draw you in, expanding as it goes.
So it's a really long hallway, it's clearly a large home. How many bedrooms are here?
There's 4 bedrooms in this home and an office.
And an office, right. So it really does work for the family, doesn't it, this home?
You feel like you're in a rainforest in that master bedroom. And then he's borrowed the colours for the interior styling too, which I think is really important.
Is this part of the national park?
It is.
So it's a pretty unique block, isn't it? To back onto this, you know you're never ever going to have a neighbour on your backyard.
No, the only neighbours will potentially be koala bears.
That's right.
The house is bathed in sun during the winter and fully shaded in the summer. The outdoors flowed to a lush lawn and extensive travertine 24-metre heated pool.
I think probably the number one feature of the home that stands out to me is this really clever floor plan that you've designed here. I think something else that the judges are really going to love is the amazing use and integration of all the different materials here in the home with your beautiful wood and your stonework and your travertine. I think there's a couple of features like that that are really going to push this one over the line, and why I think it's going to win Australia's Best House.
I think he's shown a lot of considered restraint, and it makes for a really restful space.
In terms of missed opportunities, to be honest, I don't think there are many.
Okay, so that concludes the homes from today's show. Let's see which house the judges will choose as the winning abode from today's episode.
Honestly, I couldn't go past Ilvi, Italian design, been around since 1952. I love the way that we could select colours, finishes, sizes, the way you want to cook. Fiaba is a brand that I fell in love with as soon as I laid eyes on it. It takes a kitchen to a whole new level in terms of functionality and design.
The Fiaba wine fridge is quite unique. It is a premium fridge appliance with amazing technology to preserve your food. Also a stainless steel interior which is great for hygiene and has antimicrobial properties.
What do you think of my new oven?
Well, Kate, I know you think that we're here to talk about your oven, but what we're actually here for is to announce this episode's winner being judged for the best modern house.
And it was unanimous amongst us, and the winner is Jared Smith for his Noosa house.
Jared's Noosa house is an iconic example of resort living in Queensland. It was a great use of materials, the sheer scale of it was hard to ignore, and he showed a level of restraint that was hard to deny. The landscape around it was borrowed, which was a really clever addition to an otherwise flawless home. So back to the Kate Walker show. It is actually an amazing oven.
It's a showstopper, isn't it?
It is.
Congratulations to Jared Smith. Your Noosa house has now been placed into the final. We'll see it again later in the season. Could it be Australia's best house? Next time we unpack Australian country homes. See you then.